Hi everybody, welcome to the Creation Ship. I'm Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. In this video, I'm going to ask, do you know this trick? It's a stamping trick. It's kind of new to me. Maybe it's new to you too. Let's get started. So I am going to be working on my Canson Mixed Media art journal. And I am going to cover this with colors. And you see me putting it out. Now I've gessoed the background, and then I thought, I wonder what would happen if. So I am stamping into wet gesso with my script stamp. I want to see if I'm going to be able to see this after I put the color on. Now my gesso is thin gesso, so I'm not sure how much is going to show. And you can see that it did leave a mark, so I let that dry, and then I'm coming in and I am going to block and blend colors, yellows, greens, blues. I'm making sure that I don't put colors wet on wet that are going to make mud. So I'm using my color wheel to help me to guide that decision, or letting paint dry. Like if I'm putting green and I put orange beside it, that might make brown. So I'm using that knowledge a little bit to layer colors here. I just want blocks of color. I want this to be really colorful. That's what I have in my mind. And I'm just using a makeup sponge to get it to go. And if you look really close, you'll see that that script stamp that I stamped into the wet gesso does show up a little bit. Now if I had put thicker gesso or a thicker coat of gesso, it may have shown up more. But I did get the imprint of it. So as an experiment goes, it's given me food for thought. And I might use that trick again, using maybe thicker gesso. And you can see a little bit of it. Very little here and there. Now, but that's not the trick I talked about at the beginning. Now I really liked that script on there, and I decided that I wanted it. So I'm using white acrylic paint, and you just saw me squirt out a bunch of it. This is fluid, Liquitex Basics fluid, and I am brayering it onto my same script stamp, and I'm just going to stamp on it. This is lightening the background a little bit, but not really stopping the colors. I did add more layers of color as it dried to get that variation. But as you can see, fully colorful background, kind of looks like a hot mess right now. But I love it. Every single bit about it. Stamping with white is one of my new favorite tricks. You should try it if you haven't done it. It gives a whole different effect. And now I'm just going to splatter with gold right now. The gold is going to go with some of those rich colors. It's going to add a little bit of sparkle. And this is just thinned Liquitex Basic paint. Yummy! I love it. Do you? So I stamped out this ladybug on white paper. And as I'm cutting it out, those legs, here's the stamp set that I use. This is a 12 by 12 one. There's tons of stamps in there, including this adorable ladybug. But as I went to cut it out, I realized I did not want to cut the legs. That was just way too much fussy cutting for me. Hands up if that's you. So I cut off the legs because I remembered a stamping trick that I saw where they stamped the stamp on the page and then glued the other part on top of it. So you still get the legs, but you don't have to do all that fussy cutting. And this appeals to me. As a teacher for 30 years, I spent a lot of time cutting. I don't love the fussy cutting. So here, I just want in my vision, I want a line of ladybugs going across the page. So here's the trick, the main trick. I've shared a few. So I'm taking that stamp, I'm brayering on black acrylic paint, and underneath where that ladybug body, I plan on gluing it, I'm stamping the ladybug. So when I glue the white part, the white and black part, the legs are sticking out. So that's the trick. Did you know it? If you're a card maker, I bet you did. So I'm just lifting it up once I have the placement and stamping. Now, while I was stamping on these bright, colorful background, I actually love those colorful ladybugs. So my original plan kind of changed. I'm not sure that it was an improvement, but the art journal is all about experimenting and trying things out. I'm loving this. These ladybugs on here. I would have left that just as it is. Forget about those bodies that I cut out. And maybe that would have been better if I had changed it all the way or kept to my plan. And then I decided, you know, with these bright colors, what if I use this part of this stencil, which I love, and I've been dying to use. I don't think I've put ink on it yet or paint on it. This kind of swoop down here. I like the round part. It kind of goes with the dots on the ladybugs and the shape of the ladybug a little bit. In the comment section, do you think I should have done this corner piece or not? I love it. I love the look of it. I'm just not sure that it fits the page. I think my page got muddled. So let me know, would you have done this? Love the black and the color. Now, my ladybugs going across. And then I decide I want more ladybugs. I'm going to fill the page with ladybugs. So I'm playing with the placement of them. And then I decide, oh, I'm going to get some of these ladybugs going the other way. I like the black and white against the colorful background. I love the background. I love I love every component of this. I'm just undecided as to whether it goes together. Do you ever have a page like that? It's like, yeah, I love it. I like this. I like this. I like this. But that's all part of creating. So now I'm stamping again in the same way. Once I get the placement. I wonder what it would have looked like if I had stamped with the ladybug with white. Ooh, that might have been interesting too. See, this is where you get ideas. And if you wonder what's going to happen if, give it a try. It's a piece of paper. So I go to my Winged Wonders sentiment pack, grab the one heads up, wings out, and I decide I'm going to put the line of the ladybugs with the white bodies down the middle, and I'm going to leave those colorful dragonflies, ladybugs on either side. Using my fluid matte medium by Liquitex to glue all the white parts down. And I, as always, put a coat underneath and on top to seal it. And that way when you shade or add color to it, it's not raw paper. So now I'm doing some shading, just to add some definition to the page and to make the focal images stand out. Now this is the second page I did with the ladybug stamp. The first page I'm going to show you at the end. I had some huge technical difficulty. The video footage was unusable. But I'm going to give you another sample of a page and a different orientation and plan that you can use using the same stamp. We all like options. And there will be another video using that same stamp, but it won't be ladybugs. Do you have a good sentiment that you would use with the ladybugs? Let me know. I really struggled with deciding what to put. I decided to add a little bling, so I grabbed my fine line applicator bottle and I'm just outlining the center of these circles. Step by step, I don't know. Then I decided I wanted a little something something on the background, so I grabbed this stamp. It's just like a hashtag stamp, a fine mesh, and it's adding a very, very fine detail in black, and I think it adds to it. You'll see in the close-ups. Let me know. Sometimes we just don't know when to stop. Outlining with my Posca pen. And removing the tape that keeps everything out of the coils. Pretty soon I'm going to be having a flip through of my art journal. I think this is page 30. Here is the other one. Are you curious how I got that background? If you want to know, let me know, and I'll do a background bliss video. There's a close-up without the rest of it. I think I like it better. Until next time, go get creative. And remember, no time in the art studio is wasted time.